Greetings, viewers and subscribers. So in this journey, we have just left Crawford in the parish of St. Elizabeth, and we are heading towards Belmont in the parish of Westmoreland. On this journey, we'll be passing the world famous Barda. Yeah man, the Barda of St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. At that Barda, here's where you can get your fry fish, your bami, your fish tea soup, your shrimp soup, anything at all that you want as it relates to seafood, you can get it at the Barda. Many persons plying that route, whether they're coming from Kingston, going back to Westmoreland, or they're coming from Westmoreland going to Kingston, even a lot of foreigners, they go there to get their fish and their bami. So, we're not gonna stop there today. So if you're planning on buying fish and bami, we're not gonna stop there today because we have some business to attend to down the road. So, sit back, relax, and when we pass Barda, smell all you want to smell. But, enjoy this journey with me. No, we did not carry any news story yesterday. We told you from day before yesterday that most likely we would not be carrying any because we had a packed day. It's not because of a lack of news why we didn't carry any story yesterday. Because in this one video, 5 people, FIVE people, have died. 2 other persons, they received injuries that could have taken them out. Stand by for all the stories coming up. But first up, Trelawney people, I need your help. I need a photograph of a man. His name is Clinton Davis. He's otherwise called Country. He was wanted for the death of a lady, Miss Valerie Thompson. She was popularly called Miss P. Yeah man, that 60-year-old lady. She was taken out at Panassus in Clarkstown. I think it's a little bit over 2 years ago. Clinton Davis was named as a suspect. If you have his photograph, please, I'm asking you, send me a WhatsApp message with his photograph to 876-458-9111. There's an interesting update that I want to bring to the public's attention. So, I am asking you, we want to do this story this evening or the latest tomorrow morning. If we don't get the photograph, we are still gonna do this story, but the photograph would make the story more interesting. So please, if you have any photograph of him, send me a WhatsApp message. And don't worry about anybody knowing where this is coming from. Over here, so, we don't play that. Alright? Let me address something. I try to stay away from religion and politics on this channel. I have seen the comments. Yes, I have seen the comments. A lot of you are saying that only God can help Jamaica. My view, and this is my view, your view might be different from mine. My view is that God is already helping Jamaica. The Most High, He has given us a brain. For those of us who are expecting that the Creator is gonna leave where He is and come down to Jamaica and take away the guns from the gunmen and lock up the murderers, send them to prison, give them life imprisonment, that will never happen. The Creator, He has given us a brain. Are we using that brain correctly? When we say things and we know what is happening and we don't talk because we claim so we don't trust the police, when there's 1,000,001 ways where we can pass on the information without persons knowing where that information is coming from, are we helping ourselves? When someone is locked up for how much murder and him go to jail, some decent hard-working policemen lock them up and put them in jail, and then some other police collect money from them and let them out, and that prisoner did not have that money in the jail, so somebody else facilitated that, And some of us know what is happening, and we don't talk. Are we helping ourselves? When some of us witness certain crime, and because of fear, we decide, say, we are seeing blind and we are hearing and deaf. Are we helping ourselves? So how do we expect God to help us if we not help ourselves? When we're in our areas and we see some young guys on the corner, and you look at some strange guys come in, and we know what they are up to, We know what they are up to. But here we in our mind, boy, as long as they're not troubling me or my family, everything alright. Are we helping ourselves? So what? We not help ourselves, but we expect God to help us. People, it's time we wise up. When a man go to jail, a man is tried and convicted, or a man plead guilty because he killed 2 people, shot them and take them out on 2 different occasions, and him go to court. He go to court and the judge only give him 12 years in custody. So he's expected to be back out in a few years' time. And then there's no outrage from the nation. It's just a 9-day talk. Are we helping ourselves? You know what? Let me get on to this news. First up, we are learning that a Chinese national, he was seriously injured yesterday afternoon at the Scotiabank parking lot in Montego Bay, right in the heart of Sam Sharp Square. This incident, it took place almost 2 p.m. Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. Now, we are learning that this Chinese national is employed to a store in the Montego Bay area. So he went to the drop box to make a deposit. As he was in the process of making this deposit, he was pounced on by a man. This man, he was armed with a knife. He demanded the cash from the Chinese national. Yes, the cash that he was about to lodge. A tussle ensued, and this man, he used the knife that he had to inflict a wound to the back of the Chinese national's neck. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape without any money, because guess what? During the tussle, the Chinese national managed to lodge the money in the drop box. The Chinese national, he was taken to a nearby hospital where he has been admitted. We are told that he bled profusely. Yeah man, lots of blood. So he is now admitted in a medical facility. This incident took place in the parking lot of a bank. I will say no more. Now, listen to this one now. Yesterday morning, Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, some minutes close to 8 o'clock, a man, he's a tour bus operator and he lives in Montego Bay. He's about 60 years old. 60. Not no young boy. So, this man, he was out jogging. He was jogging through a community named Pounced in Montego Bay in St. James, when our information is that he was stopped by 4 young men in the community. These hoodlums, they inquired of the man, what are you doing in our community? Who give you permission to jog through the community? An argument developed. And you know what one of the hoodlums did? You know what one of the dirty drunkers did? He brandished a gun and opened gunfire at this 60-year-old hard-working man. The dirty drunkers, they then made good their escape. The man, he received a gunshot wound to his right leg. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he has been admitted in a stable condition. All because these dirty drunkers, them have guns, and them are going to decide who must walk through them community or not. This man is not a young boy, 60 years old, moving right along. So we are learning that yesterday, Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, the body of a man, he has so far been unidentified. This body, it was found along the roadway, along Barclay Street, in Savlamar, in the parish of Westmoreland. This took place sometime after 9 o'clock. Our information is that the police, they were summoned after residents saw this body lying along the roadway. When the police reached on the scene, they discovered the body of the man. It is said that this body, it was partially decomposed, meaning he may have died maybe a day or two before. That photograph you are now seeing on the screen is a photograph of persons from the Dialis funeral home picking up the body. We are told that a post-mortem examination will be done to ascertain the cause of this man's death. And up until the time of recording this video, we hadn't gotten his name. If anything changes, you know how we do it already. We are going to be updating you. Now, in this next story, we are just getting this one overnight, and we are going to be updating it tomorrow. But we are learning that this incident, it took place last night, Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, almost 7:30 p.m. It took place at a place named Dumfries Pen. Now, Dumfries Pen is in the Adelphi police area in the parish of St. James. We are learning that residents of the area, they heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots. As a result, they called in the police. On the arrival of the police, they found a man. He had multiple gunshot wounds to his head and his upper body. This man, he has so far been identified as Mr. Jarrison Cope. He was 34 years old and he lived in the same area, Dumfries Pen, in the parish of St. James. Mr. Cope, he was taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was pronounced DEAD. Like we said, we are going to be updating this story tomorrow. We are still gathering some information, so stand by for that. Now, this one, it took place early yesterday morning. And have you hit on the like button as yet? Yeah, man, I know if I don't remind you, I know if I don't remind you, you are so in tuned to the stories that you're gonna forget. So remember, hit on the like button. Now, this one, it took place early yesterday morning, Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, some minutes close to 5 o'clock. It took place at a place named Haughton Court in Lucy, in the parish of Hanover. Now, we are learning that a man, his name is Mr. Carlton Mitchell. He was 48 years old. He's an electrician and he's living at Haughton Court in the parish of Hanover. Now, we are learning that Mr. Mitchell, he was at his home with other members of his family when they were awoken by persons knocking on the door and shouting, "Police! Police! Open the door!" Mr. Mitchell, he was convinced that these were police officers. So he got up, took up the keys, and started opening the grill for the house. The hoodlums, they didn't wait because they wanted him to get up from wherever he was. We are told that the hoodlums, the glass to the bedroom window, they hit it out. And they pushed their hands into the house and opened gunfire on Mr. Mitchell because he got up and turned on the lights. So the hoodlums, they could see exactly where he was. So they opened gunfire at him. Mr. Mitchell, he was hit, and that was it. The hoodlums, they then made good their escape. The police were called, and Mr. Carlton Mitchell, he was found inside of the house, lying on his back with gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was taken to the Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy, where he was pronounced DEAD. Our information is that when this crime scene was processed, 7 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. Yes, the mayhem. Now, if you are here and you are watching our video, if you have not yet hit on the like button, remember to hit on it. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we are moving on up. And for those who are inquiring, we have already distributed money, our winnings, to 8 persons. We have 2 more persons to go. We have distributed $8,000 each. We wanted to make it $10,000, but we were unable to do so. So we have already distributed $8,000 each to 8 persons. We are hoping to give the other 2 their winnings today. We are serious about any commitments we make on this channel. So if you have not yet subscribed, we are moving on up. We are heading towards 60,000 subscribers. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend. Now, in the final story for today, you might have heard about this one. Now, here is what happened. 2 men, they are living at Crowder District in Grange Hill in the parish of Westmoreland. One of the men, his name is Mr. Henry Jones. He's 65 years old. Mr. Jones, he's a farmer. He has been in the farming business for well over 40 years. He was the owner of over 200 goats and sheep. A man named Bryan Chambers. He does construction work, but he's also a farmer. He's in partnership with Mr. Jones. You are seeing Bryan Chambers on your screen right now. These two men, what they normally do is early in the morning, about 6 o'clock, they left out with their goats and their sheep. And they take them out, have them eat, feed them, and then by midday or shortly thereafter, they return home with the goats and the sheep. On Monday morning, December 13th, 2021, as per usual, they got up and they left with the goats and sheep. They went to a place named Mint Road. We are told that persons saw them alive about some minutes to 10 o'clock. They were seen with the animals in the area of Mint Road. About 12 midday, we are told that the herd returned. But when this herd returned home, none of the ram goats were seen. As also, Mr. Jones or Mr. Chambers, they did not return with the rams. As a result, family members and other relatives of Crowder District, they became concerned. They went to the police station at Grange Hill and made a report. The report was taken and they set out to search the bushes for these two gentlemen because on a daily basis, like I tell you, them go out early morning and by 12 o'clock they return. They searched the area until about 7 p.m. They called off the search because it was now nightfall. We are also learning that during that time when they were searching, they found 3 ram goats. These 3 ram goats, which should have been amongst the herd, they were found tied up at a place named Peggy Barry in Grange Hill in the parish of Westmoreland. So the next morning, Tuesday, December 14th, 2021, early morning, the family members and residents, they set out again to search for these two gentlemen. During the search, Mr. Chambers and Mr. Jones, they were found between some large rocks in the Mint Road district area. Mr. Jones and Mr. Chambers, their hands were tied behind their backs. They had received gunshot wounds and stab wounds to mostly their upper bodies. The police were informed, and I'm gonna let you listen a video of the scene when these two men were found. I can show parts of the video, but I cannot show parts. I'm gonna be bleeping out something or deleting out something out of the video. The word that I'm gonna be deleting, it is spelled S-H-I-T. I'm gonna be bleeping it or deleting it. Listen to this video.
Smash right now.
Yeah, man, you smell it on them for them. So then they hungry them and they afraid they go that.
That man shit.
On themselves.
That man can battle pop up.
So, just imagine for a moment. Just imagine for a moment the agony and the pain that these two hard-working men went through. They were tied up. They messed up themselves because they knew what was about to happen. Can you imagine when they got the first stab? Listen me, man. Listen me, man. These dirty drunkos, you know, man. These dirty drunkos, these vultures. These men, they're not trouble nobody. All them do are raise them goats. That's all they do, you know. Christmas a come, people are buying mutton. These drunkos don't decide on buying any mutton. They decide on reaping the benefits of these two hard-working men's labor. So, for the Christmas, I can tell you this. I will not be eating any mutton. I will not be eating any mutton at all. Because it is likely that if I go out to any meat shop and buy a pound of mutton, it might be one of those goats that were taken from these two hard-working men. So I will not be eating any mutton for Christmas. Me sorry. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.